today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the iPhone X in 2019. So we're just going to be seeing how it holds up day to day and if it will work for you. I'm not going to be going too heavy into the specs since I know not a lot of people really want to know all the GPU, CPUs, everything. I'm just going to be going day to day how it will hold up, how it will perform, and just how it will benefit you in 2019. So it's been about 2 years since the phone was released, and my dad still uses the iPhone X daily as his main phone. So I do know someone who does use this phone daily and it still holds up great. It performs really well, takes good photos, etc. But let's take a deeper look into exactly how good it is and if it is worth it for you in 2019. This is very subjective to a person, if they prefer better cameras, do they prefer better performance, etc. So we're going to be taking a look at each of these aspects and seeing what it will benefit for you. So first thing we're going to be looking at is the design. So the design is very familiar now since we've had a few phones since the iPhone X that has the same kind of design, the notch, the glass back kind of effect, and all of these look pretty similar. So I think the design is very popular now and a lot of phones look like this now. Notches are more common now since the release of the iPhone X. A lot of people had a love for it or a hate for it. Was either or, and I think the notch is really not such a big deal. It doesn't interfere as much when watching content. You can select if you want it to go full screen or not full screen, so you can really play around with that as well. So I don't think the notch is going to be such a big problem for you, and I think for any user that's never had like a full screen, everyone who's had all the iPhones with the home buttons, I think this will be a big upgrade, and having this bigger screen is just really great and it looks amazing. With the design of the iPhone X, we get a glass back which makes wireless charging possible. It looks very clean and the design really is very beautiful, and wireless charging is a plus. It's very convenient and just very easy just to plop your phone down and just let it charge. So that's really a plus. If you've never had wireless charging, you have that here and it's really just convenient. The iPhone X is available in two colors. We have silver and space gray. As you can see, here is the silver one, but the space gray is also really good looking. Probably my preference is the space gray. I just like a darker phone. So yeah, you do have two colors that you can choose from, but the silver is really nice. It has more of like a white look as well, so it looks very clean cut. So yeah, they have two colors that you can choose from, and the capacity for the iPhone X is 64 gigabytes and 256 gigabytes. So you can choose which one you want. I know there's a big gap between the two, but yeah, so you have those storage options as well. So I know it's not as easy as it was 2 years ago to get an iPhone X. They're kind of put on the back and now you need to buy the newer iPhones kind of deal in stores now. But secondhand is still an option. Now secondhand does limit you towards which color you want, which capacity you want, but it is worth it for the price that you sometimes can get on deals secondhand. Be advised, make sure you're safe when buying secondhand. Make sure you meet the person face to face in a public place, and you also check out the box, the phone, see if it's legit before purchasing. Always need to put that disclaimer. But yeah, it's really not that big of a deal if you don't get the best color. You get covers, you can get a cover and just cover it up. You can get a pretty color for that. So yeah, don't really worry too much about that since covers really cover up the phone and protects it, so that's good too. Okay, let's move on to the display of the phone. So the thing you look at all day long, or try not to. So the phone has a Super Retina HD display which is 5.8 inches, so you get a great screen size here. Again, like I said, it's bigger than the iPhone 8 and earlier, so that's really nice. You get a big screen size. Again, you have the notch, not a big deal. That's all I want to say about that. So you get a good display, good screen resolution. So this is where it's kind of like a turning point between the iPhone X and the iPhone XR also. So you get a better screen here, which is really nice. So yeah, that is something you want to keep in mind. You also have a True Tone display, which can be really nice to protect your eyes and whatnot. So True Tone is also very beneficial, I think. And it has 3D touch, and this goes along with software actually, but 3D touch is on this phone. Now with iOS 13, it's a bit different. So it was designed to use 3D touch, but with iOS 13's Force Touch, it is a bit different, like I said, but it does respond quicker than, say, the iPhone XS Max or 11 Pro, for example, because of the 3D touch that it was designed for. It responds really quickly to Force Touch, since, like I said, it was designed for 3D touch. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Again, this is not like a make or break kind of thing, but it is very nice and useful. So if I have any spec heads here are some specs if you want to check this out. I know this doesn't matter to everybody, especially not just the average user, but it has the Apple's A11 chip, which is actually really powerful. Performance is great on this phone. I really just think it's amazing and fast and no lagging whatsoever, and works great on iOS 13. You also have 3 GB of RAM, which is really nice. So again, goes with the chip. It's very fast and you can use it without any lag whatsoever. So performance is really great, and overall what this means is you're not gonna be having problems with slowness of the phone or anything like that. I edited most of my videos using just my phone, and this phone is no exception. Editing can be done on this thing, or any hardcore tasks can be done, and it can handle it with Apple's A11 chip and the RAM. So yeah, great performance on the iPhone X. The phone is also IP67 water and dust resistant, so if that's something that matters to you, you can also have that. So it's not like the best, but it will hold up if you accidentally maybe just dropped it in water or something. Don't recommend that, but it will hold up. So yeah, it is IP67. Another plus with the iPhone X is the software that will still be holding up for a couple of years. Not sure how many, but yeah, so you won't be losing the newest software or missing out on the newest software in a couple of years, which is really a plus. So you're good for a couple of years to still get the newest version of iOS every single year. And I kind of look forward to iOS's new release every year, so that's something you can look forward to. Now for the camera. So we have the rear camera and we have the front-facing camera, and both of them are really nice still. Now there are no iPhone 11 Pro or XS or anything, but they still hold up great. So for the rear camera, we have a 12 megapixel camera with 2 lenses. We have a telephoto lens and a wide angle lens. The wide angle lens has an f1.8 aperture and the telephoto has an f2.4 aperture. So this means you're gonna get some great photos. It's still great, it holds up great, and you're not gonna be very disappointed in the camera whatsoever. Again, if you're just a normal user, you just want to take good quality photos, nothing too professional or anything, this will be great for you, and you'll still be able to take some really cool photos outside, inside, whatever. So yeah, camera is still great. You also have portrait mode, which can take some really cool pics that I really like. So portrait mode is also in here. And then for video recording, can go up to 4K 60 frames per second, which is mind-blowing and still one of the best. So yeah, video recording on iPhone has always been great, and this phone is no exception for that. And if you're someone who makes YouTube videos, you can just use your phone, really no problem at all. Now for the front-facing camera, it has a 7 megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture, so you're gonna get some reasonably good selfies or just front-facing photos. You also have portrait mode for the front-facing camera, since it has this very in-depth camera setup, as you see in the notch. So yeah, you can take some really cool photos with this. You also have animojis with this, since it has all the technology in there. So animojis are really fun and I like using them. So you also have that. And then also you have Face ID, so face unlock with the front-facing camera. Really amazing. I enjoy Face ID. It's very fast and simple to use. So Face ID is also a plus that you get with the front-facing camera. Now something that most users are worried about is battery life. How will the phone hold up throughout the day? Will you be able to do what you want to throughout the day without worrying about battery life? So the battery on the iPhone X is 2.716 milliamp hours. So it is quite okay. It's not the best, and it's not like it's gonna hold you all day with heavy usage or anything, but for a regular person who just wants to respond to messages, maybe watch 1 or 2 videos and things like that, it will hold up. It's not like too many hours, but still it will get you through the day. Now for people who do heavy usage on their phone, so such as editing, watching multiple videos, taking bunch of photos, things like that, this might be a problem. You might have to recharge throughout the day. A thing that I found is wireless charging is very convenient with that. You can just plop your phone down on the surface and it charges no problem. But I know that's not ideal for everyone, so yeah, battery life is okay. It will sustain you if you're just a regular user, not going in too much heavy usage. So overall, what I recommend is this phone will hold up in 2019. Everything is average, I want to say. It's not like bad, but it's not like the greatest like you have now compared to other phones, but actually it's not, it's a little above average, let's just say that. It will hold up, photos will still look really good, videos will still look amazing, and battery life, I mean, that's probably the one downside of it, but again, like I said, normal users, you'll be fine. I just think this phone will not disappoint you in 2019, and I really recommend it for people, especially if you're more on a budget side but still want a really good phone with some great qualities and specs and whatever. So yeah, I just think this phone will definitely not disappoint, and I really recommend it to people in 2019. Again, secondhand is an option for people who are more on a budget, and you can get some really good deals on secondhand if you know what you're doing and you're smart about it. So yeah, that is also an option for you guys if you want even greater deals. But yeah, that was just my take on the iPhone 10 in 2019. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. And again, you have to look at what your circumstances are, what you want to use the phone for, what is your ideal phone to actually make sure if this phone is worth it for you in 2019. But like I said, I recommend it to anyone. It is still a good phone. If you enjoyed this video and found it a little helpful, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below letting me know what your thoughts are on this phone. Definitely subscribe by clicking on the icon on the screen and click on the playlist to see all of my other tech related videos and iPhone reviews, and click on the video to my previously uploaded video. Love you guys so much, be weird and be proud of it. Bye.